Breaking news. Where did 6 days of Kim Jong Un's time in Russia go? After a lengthy 6-day visit, North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has returned home from his first official overseas trip since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ceremony ended at a train station in Artyom, a city about 200 kilometers, 124 miles, from the North Korean border, and Kim's armored train departed to the tune of the Russian patriotic march song, Farewell of Slavyanka, according to RIA, Russia's state news agency. The implications of the visit on regional stability and global geopolitics are substantial. Although it helped strengthen ties between Kim and President Putin, it has also raised many concerns, especially in light of Russia's ongoing conflict with Ukraine and its potential ramifications for global security. The talks between Kim and Russian military leaders that began on Tuesday of this week were the main focus of Kim's trip to Russia's Far East. Putin and Trump exchanged rifles in a symbolic gesture and inspected cutting-edge Russian weapons. Presents of drones, gifts of explosive drones and a bulletproof vest were presented to Kim as his armored train departed from Artyom, a Russian city close to the North Korean border. Kim was given a bulletproof vest and 5 explosive drones by the governor of the Primorye region, which borders China and North Korea. Pictures of Kim smiling while donning a Russian fur hat and toasting with Shoigu and their respective delegations were later published by the North Korean news agency KCNA. During Kim's visit, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Long-Range Bomber Force Commander Lieutenant General Sergei Kobolash revealed that the Tu-160 now carries cruise missiles with a range of over 6,500 kilometers, or over 4,040 miles. Armed compatibility. According to state media, Kim Jong Un and Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu met during Kim's recent trip to Russia to discuss concrete steps to increase military cooperation. In addition, Shoigu confirmed to Russian media that Moscow is in talks with Pyongyang to hold joint military exercises. Some experts believe that the two countries could work together militarily to update North Korea's antiquated air force, which still uses Soviet-era warplanes. Submarines, missiles, and artillery are all examples of military hardware that Russia could supply to North Korea. It is not known whether any formal agreements were reached during Kim's visit, but the mere fact that military cooperation is being discussed between the two countries is a major breakthrough. Kim took a keen interest in the cutting-edge technology on display, such as the hypersonic missile systems and nuclear bombers, during his tour of Russia's arsenal. Despite concerns about its accuracy, experts believe Kim's regime could help the Russian military in Ukraine, as reported by AP. Collaboration in space. During Kim Jong Un's recent visit to Russia, the two leaders discussed ways to work together in space. Reports from state media outlets suggest that Kim and Russian President Vladimir Putin discussed ways to deepen their scientific collaboration. Although North Korea has been working on a space program for decades, it has been hampered by both technological and international restrictions. Cooperation with Russia, which has a more developed space program, could aid North Korea in developing its own capabilities. Putin and Kim met on Wednesday about 8,000 kilometers, 5,000 miles, from Moscow at Russia's new Vostochny Cosmodrome. Putin's offer and the outlook for the future. A desire for closer ties was signaled by Putin's acceptance of Kim's invitation to visit North Korea during the visit. This could open the door to more in-depth diplomatic talks and cooperation on a wide range of issues, from trade to infrastructure. As an example of shared interests outside of military matters, the possibility of a North Korean space mission was brought up. Both countries will likely look into economic and technological cooperation that serves their strategic interests as international sanctions continue. Sanctioned historical allies. Both Russia and North Korea, two former allies, are currently subject to international sanctions for their involvement in the conflict in Ukraine and the testing of nuclear weapons, respectively. Despite the sanctions, the two countries have shown a desire to strengthen their diplomatic and economic ties. The changing dynamics in Northeast Asia and their potential impact on global geopolitics are reflected in Kim's visit to Russia, his first official trip abroad since the outbreak.